Alright, now it's time to send to display our audio message and play it. Okay, so what we supposed to do is first, before we do that, I realized something wrong with our application. Okay, so you see just what happened, it refreshed there. Okay, let me hot restart and show you again what I mean. I don't know if you guys have already solved this, but let's just fix it right now if you haven't. All right, so I've restarted. I don't know why it's taking long. I've refreshed. Okay, let's go back, then let's get inside here. Okay, so you see, if we come back and then get inside here, once we click on anything here, it does that. Okay, let me just do it again, so you see what it's doing. So that one is let's fix it. It's something that we did in a chat list. So when we wanted to dismiss the keyboard, we dismissed it wrongly. Okay, we used this method of vertical scroll, the unfocus. We added a gesture detector. That's what is causing this. So instead of doing this here, this is not the right way of doing it. Okay, I hope you guys already solved it, but if you haven't, this is how we fix this. So let's click on in front here and then click on the light bulb and then remove this widget. Now the right way to do it is we need to come to the list view here, the grouped list view, and then let's add the on keyboard dismiss. Okay, so it's a keyboard dismissible behavior. Okay, so here we can now pick this one. Okay, scroll view keyboard dismissible behavior on drag. This is the right way to call this. Okay, now I'm gonna hot restart again. So now that I have hot restarted, and then now I can come out of here, get in. Now whatever I do, the application is not flickering or refreshing again. If we have a keyboard, it's going to dismiss on drag. Okay, so that's the correct way of dismissing a keyboard. We need to call this method on our list view. All right, okay, so now let's continue. So to display our audio message correctly here and play it, let's create a separate widget. Okay, because we know this is happening inside our display message. Where is that? Display message type. Okay, this is happening here. All right, when the case is audio. So let's create a separate widget for that. So here on the widgets, let's right click, new dot file. Let's name this as audio. What are we going to name it? Let's name it as audio player widget. Okay, like that. And then here let's create a stateful widget. Let's give it a name, audio player widget. All right, great. And then here now let's start creating the method. So what we need to pass here is only the URL for this audio. Okay, so let's pass a required this.audio URL, and then that's it. Here let's initialize it, final audio URL, like that. And then now here let's have some variables. So first we are going to need an audio player, our package, which is a audio player package. So yeah, this will be our audio player. And then next we are going to need the duration 0, and then we need another duration for the position. Yeah, so Copilot knows what we are doing here. And then what we are going to need is a boolean to check if it is playing. Okay, bool is playing. Okay, and then after that, now before we create what we need to create here, let's create the widget here, what we are going to show. Okay, so let's remove this and then let's return a raw widget. So here let's give it children. Inside the children, the first child we are going to have, it's let's put the secular. Okay, let's see what Copilot is doing. All right, that seems to be right, so let's click tab. Okay, so Copilot is doing that, is putting the audio player and is playing inside here. So why is it getting an error here? String cannot. Okay, so it's coding this wrongly. This is code like this. Here we need to say, to give it a URL source. Okay, it's called the source URL. Source URL. What is it called? Audio, I think audio source. Audio, is it should be URL source. Yeah, URL source, this one. And then we need to go widget dot audio URL. Okay, so let's have a look of how what Copilot did. Let's close this here. First, let's have a look of this, and then we'll change it, because we're definitely going to customize this. This is not how I want to look it. So now this audio player widget, let's go inside the display message type, and then here let's go our audio player widget, and then we're going to put that message here. Okay, yeah, because that's the URL. And then let's hot restart. So you can see what Copilot has done here. That's a basic widget for Copilot, and we're not going to test it. I'm sure it won't work. Let's go back, because I can see that it's playing, so it can definitely work. Okay, so but now this is not what I want. Okay, let's edit it more. Okay, so first let's start by this button that Copilot has put here. Okay, so this one, let's put it in a circle avatar. Okay, so let's wrap this inside the widget. So let's get the circle avatar, and then this circle avatar will also wrap it inside the widget. Okay, because we want to have something like a, I removed it. Okay, let's add it, because what I want to create is something like a border. Okay, so this is the circle avatar, and then this circle avatar again, let's wrap it with another widget, which is going to be another circle avatar. Okay, so this one, let's give it a background. First let's give it a radius of about 22, and then the background color, so this, let's give colors, let's give it an accent color. So let's get the orange accent, something like that. And then this one, let's give it a smaller radius now of about 20. And then now that background is created. If we hot restart, let's just, you can see I want something like that. Okay, and then this one, let's give it also a background color. I mean, we were going to give the icon the background color. Okay, so this icon, let's give it a color which is going to be our primary color. Okay, theme dot of context. Now here let's go color scheme dot primary. All right, like that. And then what else? Here let's check the way it's checking here. If it is playing, if it is not playing, it's going to play, and then if it is, and then it's going to set is playing to false. Okay, so this setting of this, let's not do them here. Let's remove this. We are going to add listeners. Okay, and then here also let's remove this. Okay, the states. Okay, so now let's have this like that, and then so this play button is done. Let's hot restart so that we can see the color there. So okay, what we want to change is this color here. Okay, so this color, let's cut this. And then this one we want it to be colors.white. Okay, and then this background color, that's the one that we want to be primary. Okay, let's call the background color. Let's just copy this for time saving. Let's copy that and then paste that. All right, let's hot restart again. Okay, that's it. I want something like that. Okay, so that's why I put the border, just to check that there is a button there. Or if we want, we can just put it a different color, maybe secondary here, just to differentiate it there. Okay, yeah, even something like that. Okay, so now that is done, let's move on to the slider. So the slider, here let's have so we have a max value. Let's also have a minimum, which can be 0.0, and then the unchanged here, let's seek where we can put this. But all this, let's just create their own methods. Okay, and then on the text here, what we want to put is let's format this text to our own format. Okay, we're going to create that method on top. So let's what we can do is let's remove that, and then let's say format. Let's name it as a format time. We are going to format the time the way we want it. Here we have to put the duration and then minus the position of the slider. Okay, we're just going to be reducing this time here, and then also let's put some style. So this style, it's going to be just a text style, and then we're going to put the font size here. So 16, I think 16 will be okay, not 12. Then it has put an extra bracket. Let's just remove it. So this one will create a method for this, and then let's add the const modifier here. Okay, and then this color of the text, if it's white, it won't be seen in the other widget for this side. Okay, so what we can do here, okay, we can decide what to do here, but we can check also if it's our widget, we can put white. If it's another widget, we can do the other way. So for now, let's keep it like this, and then let's create some things, some functions that we need up here. This unchanged, let's create the own method to seek. Okay, so now up here, let's create the methods. So here, let's put our init state, and then so here now init state. First, let's listen for the place states. Okay, so let's have a comment, see if Copilot will help us. Listen for the change state, and then let's see. Great, Copilot is doing exactly what we want. Okay, so you can see that audio play added on play state change here. That's when we are going to set this is playing, is paused. Okay, so this method, it's called playing like that, and then this one is called paused like that. This one is called completed like that. Okay, so here we are listening for the play state change, and then next let's listen for the changes of the duration. Okay, so Copilot is going to do everything for us here. Okay, it knows what we are doing. So here no, we don't want to. Okay, here, yeah, of course we want to listen for the position of the change, but this method is not called like audio position change. It's called as on position changed, yeah, like that one. And then we are going to set the position to the current position, which is there. Okay, so let's change this to new position. Okay, and then let's copy that and put it to the position which is there. Okay, next let's listen for the duration. Okay, so here, yeah, it says duration. Let's click on tab. Okay, great. So even here now on duration change is going to set it to the new duration. Okay, So that's all we need to do in init state. That's where we are setting is playing to true and to false. We are listening for the play state change, the position change, and the duration change. Okay, and then down here now, let's create that method to use the slider to seek. Okay, so it also wants to create the method to format time. Okay, maybe let's start with that. So let's click tab. So here it wants to return 8 positions. We only want to return 2 positions. Okay, so let's remove this and then let's have a string first. String, let's say 2. Okay, let's do 2 positions, yeah, like this. 2 digits, I mean, not position, 2 digits, and then we're going to return the string like that. And then after that, let's have the hours. So final hours, this will be equal to 2 digits. Okay, Copilot now knows what we want here, so let's just let it do everything. So we have the minutes, and then we have the seconds. Okay, like that. And then after we do that, we're just going to check now. We return, we don't want to return like that. We need to have a check. So let's create a list like that. And then inside here, let's do if. Okay, now we want to check if duration. First, let's go if. Now here we will check if a duration. Let's do duration dot in hours. Okay, now that's what we want. If duration dot in hours is equals to 0, we are going to return these hours, minutes, and seconds, and then join. Okay, so that's all. That's how we do this format time, which is here. All right, now let's do the other method of seeking with this. Okay, this one, let's just say void seek to position. All right, okay, here Copilot has done for us, but this is a double, so let's change this to double. And then here let's remove what it has done here. Let's do final new position, and then duration dot seconds to int, like that. That's how we want to do it. And then in the end here, we need to await. Okay, so let's put this as asynchronous. We need to await the audio player seek, and then we are setting to that new position. All right, great. So now we come down here on the unchanged here. We just need to call our seek new position. Okay, and then yeah, that's all. I think that's all we need to do here. Yes, I hope I wasn't too fast. So this will be our widget now. It's customized, not like what Copilot was showing us. So let me restart again. All right, that looks about right. Now maybe let's change this to something like 12 so that we can put it smaller. And then also the other change is here when we seek to position, maybe we can just resume. Okay, await audio player dot resume. Okay, like that. So let's try to hot restart again. Okay, let's wait for it. Maybe it's still loading. Okay, yeah, it's still loading. Let's get inside there, and then now if we play, so if we seek, it's going to resume. Okay, so I hope you can hear that audio, you guys. Okay, so that's it about this audio message. But before we continue, before we end this video, let's go to the bottom chat field. Okay, so here where we are sending the file message, you can see that on success we are sending audio to false. Okay, we are putting this sending audio to false. Okay, So I don't think we are even using, okay, yeah, we are using it here, and then where else are we using it? So okay, since we are checking it, we are checking also on this button. Okay, so what we'll do is here on success we are setting it to false. We should also set it to false on error message. Okay, yeah, so let's not forget to also set it to false when we have error, so that you can use this button again. Okay, so now also inside this send file message, you can see that here when we are starting, we are setting the loading to true, and then also we don't need to call notify here because we're already calling it inside this method. Okay, here we are calling that notify changes. Okay, so you can see that on this message, send file message, we are setting this to true. Even here we are setting it to true. Okay, so you just remove the notify change here. We just need it like that. Okay, so remember to call that to false. Okay, so I can see that in the handle contact message we are calling that, let's go to this message here, we are calling this to false only on the success. Okay, but let's also do that on failure. Let's copy that and paste it here. So this is one important thing that we forgot to do. Okay, so we should also need to set it to false when it's failed, so that the user can use the buttons again. Okay, I think that's about it. That's just a few changes that we need to do. Okay, then that's it. So the sending audio message is done. In the next video we have to deal with sending the video here. So this was our audio, and then next we'll work on sending. We'll create also another widget for the video player. So that's it, guys, and thank you. See you in the next video.